In this episode...
Barrett, you want to give it its last rites? Any last words for this beautiful feature? Hey everybody, it's Ralph with Pondscapes, and we are back at it again for another beautiful transformation. Today, we are in the northwest side of the valley, Phoenix, Arizona. And this one is going to be super cool and fairly easy for us. We've got great access to this front courtyard water feature. This is something that the homeowner had installed back in 2008 and unfortunately has really had a lot of headaches with this feature. The original contractor never put a float valve in, and so the feature loses a lot of water due to not just evaporation but also leaks. Unfortunately, they'd have to drag a hose around and top it off. And one of the things I asked him was how often he might forget to turn off the hose once he dropped it in there to top it off. And you know what happens. You get a phone call, you got to go in the house and check on something, you forget, and it's overflowing. So he said it happened countless times, so we're going to fix that. All right, guys, so when we are doing demolitions like this, we start to learn a little bit more about the feature and potential issues that the homeowner was dealing with. Not just the aesthetics. I'm not kicking sand in the aesthetics of this. This is somebody's taste and what they like. The point is we just do things a lot different. What I want to point out are the issues that we are finding during this demolition. I already mentioned that our homeowner had to fill this up with a garden hose, would lose water pretty quickly. As we're hammering things away, we're chipping, and I can see layers of repairs. You've got this black layer and then this upper white layer. So I can tell this has been coated a couple times and to no avail. So they had some issues, tried to fix it, and continue to have issues. And what happens a lot of times in water features like this is we end up getting fissures, these cracks in the rockwork. Here's a perfect example right here. This is a big opening to where water came out and traveled over that's leaking internally. So depending on how this was built, if there is a foundation, a bowl under this, and it directs that water back into this bowl, that's great. But 9 times out of 10, that's not the situation. So it just leaks right down, ends up going into the soil, and you're going through a lot of water. Another big issue that we find is this. This is the scenario where the pump is installed, and so it sits at the lowest point right in the middle of this bowl. So when it comes to maintenance, what happens? We've got rain that comes down, fills this up, tops it off. If it's dry, we've got plants nearby, so they're dropping foliage in here, and it turns into algae when there's water in here. So even when it's dry and it's not holding water, you still end up with water in here and it turns into a mosquito area. But this pump, when it's up and running, that is really hard to service. What we're installing. So we have a medium stack slate urn, and then we have 2 small stack slate urns. Somewhere. And an aqua basin right there. Hey guys, wanted to talk to you about that hype button. If you've seen that on your feed, go ahead and click that. That helps boost our content and helps get us in front of more people so more people can enjoy this stuff and we get hyped up together. See you on the next video. Okay guys, another area of concern whenever we demo these concrete bowls is this pipe, this flex line is just in the ground. You can see that I just pulled it up, but the concrete was poured around that, and it's really not a very tight seal. So you get any kind of ground flex. The ground expands and contracts during the changes of the seasons. So a little bit of flex, and of course there's no rebar in here. That will encourage cracking in that concrete, and especially a scenario like this, that would be definitely a spot where they were losing lots of water. Barrett, did you not have enough fun breaking the concrete? You had to go and find the caliche?
Stuff's out of gas.
All right, guys, so we definitely ran into some caliche. So what is caliche? That's basically nature's concrete. So this is just over eons of moisture in the minerals in the dirt, and it just solidifies and calcifies and binds up to the dirt and the rocks and everything. So that is what we had below the concrete. Now we'll be able to rake all this out, put in a shade layer of the quarter minus, and then we can drop our box in. All right, now we're talking. We got that caliche out of there. Our aqua basin is at the level we want it. We are gonna take a little bit of this quarter minus, that's that fine stuff. We're gonna shade the bottom just to get it nice and level, like a pancake. Then we'll put that back in, and then what we'll do is just work our way around, backfilling, compacting, and that guy will be locked in place. All right, guys, so there is what it's looking like with our urn set in place. Medium, small, minus the lower section, and a full-size small there. So we've got to now bring in some accent boulders, the river pebble combination of larger cobbles and the smaller pebble. Pop in our lights, do that plumbing, and this will be a wrap. Okay, guys, we got that aqua basin in the ground, and what I did was went around the edges and tucked in some fabric. So this fabric is tucked down about 6 inches, and the soil, this quarter minus, pitches downward. It pitches at kind of an angle, not as aggressive as that, pitches down. So that comes to this top edge, and then as you come out, this elevation rises up. And then we put this liner, this is gonna be our bib, we put that over top, and so when the fountain pieces splash, it's gonna pass through the gravel, hit that liner, and roll back and be in circulation. So you're gonna use less water in that scenario. Now, what we've done, there's only so much we can do. You know, there's no gutters. This whole area back here, all the way around, it is mounded up. So when water comes off, we'll do a little bit of gravel to kind of create like a splash zone. This mounding will help direct that water to flow right over here. And the homeowner is gonna have to reestablish this, but he does have a drain pipe right here that goes through and out into the landscape out front. Hey guys, it's Ralph. Thanks for watching, and I want to share with you something that I love about this small feature that we're working on. Unlike something like this, takes up a good portion of the backyard. This fits in such a small space, like a 45-inch by 45-inch tank that goes underground that supports these 3 beautiful urns that attract the hummingbirds. We can fit this just about anywhere, especially a small patio space. So thanks for watching, and let us know if you have any questions. All right, guys, that's the mock-up. We've got the urns where they're gonna go. So now we've decided a location for our valve manifold. So we'll be able to run this 1-inch flex line. We'll run that from the backside of the valve right into the bottom of the urn, and then we'll transition into this rigid PVC, and we'll pop those up to where they're just below the cap of those urn pieces. Then we also will be putting our lights right inside. All right, guys, we are very, very close. So we've got our, I wish I kind of got ahead of myself. We've got our valves here. We'll open that up and show you. But we've got our lights situated. We've got our standpipes painted. I just got finished running the water supply over to our bulkhead fitting. Drilled a hole in the side of the container, and then what we'll do is we'll put our float valve. I'm actually going to get it angled down a little bit lower. We don't need that much water to be maintained in there, so we'll drop that water level using those 90 pieces. All right, guys, that is what that looks like with the float valve in there. These 90s just brought it down a little bit lower. I don't need, again, that water level being so high. And I could have drilled that hole lower, but then that's a little more risky. I want the hole that I drilled to be way above water level. Even though I'm using that bulkhead fitting, I still, want to err on the side of extra protection. Okay, guys, moment of truth. We are all done. It has not been turned on yet. So we just kind of took a shot in the dark. I say we because Barrett was involved. So if it's not right, I mean, we know where to point the finger. We put those valves loosely, what I think is going to happen. So now it's time to plug it in. All right, guys, that's a wrap. We are all finished. Let's take a look. There you have it, that triple cluster of stacked slate urns. We've got the medium and 2 small units. We just took that lower section of that unit off there. Love that elevation change that it gives us. And then we also have lights in the tops of each one of those. So when the sun goes down, that handy little transformer right there kicks those lights on, and then you've got a beautiful glow in this courtyard in the evening. So the lights shining up kind of flicker in that bubble of water and reflect and glisten off of the walls, so it adds a really cool look. So under the cobble work right here, we've got 3 individual ball valves. That's dialing in that flow, and then running this we have a Aqua Surge 2000 pump.